of improper care.
What's up, Mr. Jarrell?
We're open for
What's
opportunity
up?
and always welcome. I'm Governor Christina. Celebrate what makes America great and experience the great faces and great places of South Dakota.
Let everybody log in. Just sign the roll.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
All right.
Good morning.
Miss Shows, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I didn't see none of y'all like they did class at the informational yesterday.
I had trig, but I'm gonna be at the one at 6 tonight.
Tonight. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Did you check with not the library, the bookstore?
No, but I asked Miss Dore, and she said she never heard anything about it.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna try to reach out. That's it. Like I said, if they know where their paperwork at or whatever.
They probably just hope we forgot about it.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. You heard from Mr. Cox?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him since the end of last semester. Yeah, and I never heard from him since. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get in touch with him and see how it's going over there at LSU.
Oh, so you done went? He done transferred?
I believe so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, because I think he had maybe one or two classes left. I was thinking to finish up at BRCC. We got 8 people. At the end, well, we're not gonna take a test. We're gonna go over some more material. Then we're gonna take a test next week. I'm gonna set up a test for next week. And the material we're gonna go over, gonna be some examples or whatever. How many of you all tried to go into and register with the CoCal software? Let me share my screen. Remember I asked you, but we'll go through it in class though. Remember, this one is still trying to load. Let me close this up. That's the one with the log in. What you can do, everybody, if you're on your computer, go to the website, or you could just type CoCal, COCAL.com. Click on it, it's gonna bring up this screen. All right, and what I'm gonna do? Okay, well, I could go through it with you. All right. So at this point, what we'll do a sign up. That way, the information that you type will still be saved. So type in the CoCal. You'll normally get this screen here. And then you click sign up. Normally it'll say run CoCal. The screen you get might say run CoCal. Everybody got to that screen? There's gonna be a little green button toward the middle of the page to the left. Did everybody get that?
Yes, sir.
Right. Yeah, choose run. That's the only way I see to sign up, because the other screen that it gives you don't allow you to sign up until you actually run it, from what I see on my screen. So once you click the run, then it's going to give you that option to, let me go back to it. It's going to give you that option to sign up. So just go ahead on and do the sign up. And see, I went through it just now, so it created this page for me. So we could do the sign up, and then it asks you if you agree to terms. There's no charge or anything, but you're gonna have whatever information you're gonna have on it. So you do agree. You could leave your name as anonymous, or you could put your name or part of your name or whatever you want to put. All right. I'll put my whole last name. All right. And then it say sign up using email and password. So you can do that. Put in the email and password. I think I have one in there already. So let's see. Okay. All right. And so then it'll take you into this screen. So did everybody get to this welcome to Calco, projects and welcome to Calco screen? Okay, I'm not gonna do that. All right. Did y'all get to that? And it's going to tell you about a license. If you want to continue without this, you can do $3 a month. I just do it. I just use it, because I don't really use Linux that much or Unix. But did everybody get to this screen?
I'm here.
All right, this screen is either projects. This is what it shows at welcome. And I'm clicking on the tab at the top. So did everybody get in? So
Mine just has a projects tab. I don't have the welcome to CoCal.
Did you do the sign up?
Yeah, I just signed up and registered with my name and email.
You're right, and they should have came up with this link. Well, by default with the welcome, and then the project tab would have been on the left. You didn't get that?
I have the projects tab. I just didn't get the welcome tab. So I guess.
Oh, okay. Oh, so project. Well, if you just got projects, what you can do, type in in project, did you get welcome down here? Oh, you don't have anything.
No, I don't have anything. It just says.
Okay, all right. So what you can do, you can type in a project name. The first project, they call it welcome, whatever. Everybody have that one, but you can create a new one. So everybody just create one. You could call it CSCI 2103. 2153. So you know that that's pertaining to the class. All right. If you want to, all right, and create that project. All right, and then create new project. So what I'll do it here, but I need to go back and log into my other one. So all you do is CSCI 2153, and then click create. All right, and then create project, and then it should be created. Right. So then you should have up here projects where you could go back and look at the projects that you have. And the welcome, which he doesn't have, and then you have your other project, which is the CSCI 2103. So now it says there's no files found, right? Everybody get that? Well, you don't have any files, correct? Hello?
Right.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Mr. Sylvester,
Yeah.
I don't have any of that. I just basically have an account and editor, and that's it.
Account. What you mean an account?
It just basically once I signed up for it, it just took me to an account and an editor.
Okay. With a dollar sign prompt.
No, the account just has my first name, my last name, the email. I had to verify my email,
Okay.
and
I tell you
like
what. Go ahead.
it has the reveal key, and it has delete account.
All right.
Yeah, I'm on the same screen.
Okay. But your account is created.
Correct.
Do you have this tab up here, like this menu bar and file, new, log, find, setting? Do you have?
No,
No, I
I
don't
have
really.
purchase, upgrade, SSH key, support, license, and preference.
No, you don't want to purchase. Let me see if I go to setting. Will it show? This, not this, huh? No, that's not it.
That's how mine.
It look like mine here.
Scroll up. No, mine don't look like that.
Okay. I just clicked on this tab. All right. You might have pop-up blockers. Ooh. Look at the top at the see here at this what a URL. Do you have like a question mark or a slash on that lock or something?
Yeah, there's a question mark in mine.
Right click on it, and then it's gonna ask you if you want to allow or you know. I think that's the issue.
Mine don't have that.
It don't.
Nope.
Okay. All you do up here in the URL. Now, what not operators? What browser you using?
Chrome.
Okay, using
Yeah,
Chrome.
Chrome.
Okay. Now, when you did the allow, who's that, Mr. Who?
Who? Me?
Yeah, other than Mr. McDowell.
No, I saw it. I saw the lock on it, but I didn't have to allow anything. I just
Yeah, right click on it. What did it have any question mark or red?
There's a question mark in the URL. It's cocalc.com, and then it says /settings session equals default.
Okay, and there's a question mark where? At the end or the beginning?
Here, I'm going to copy the URL. I'll post it to the chat.
Yeah, but where's the question mark at? Let's put this on.
I think it's at the end, like yours.
On mine? Oh, talking about here?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Okay, so let me see what happens here if I take this off. This is what you got. See that's in the settings.
Oh, I found it.
Okay.
What you
had to do?
There's a tab that it says welcome to CoCalc. Click on that tab, see if it takes you to there.
Okay, now where is that tab at? Because I'm not
up there. You see it on the
talking about right here. Huh?
Yeah, that click.
Right.
That tab.
So that's what I was telling you. You got a project, and well, some people didn't have it though. And you have welcome to CoCalc. When you click here, that's the first project they create for you. But if you click project, you can create your own project here. We created CSCI 2153 and then, typed it in and click create. All right. Mr. Jarrell, did you see that?
No, I'm about to zoom on my computer.
Okay, you don't have this here.
No, I don't have the welcome to CoCalc.
You don't have it. You sure you scrolled at the top? Let's see something. Let me go back to, if I could get back. Let me go back here. Okay. Can I go to participants? Let's see some. All right. Can I make your screen? You want to share your screen?
I'm waiting for the computer to connect.
What, to the internet or what?
It says in Zoom is connecting. Well, I'm in there now.
In Zoom. Oh, not Zoom, huh?
I'm finna share the screen.
Oh, but I have to allow you to share it, huh? Or
Oh
what? Or you
yeah.
just gonna share it? Oh, you just gonna share it with your like rather than your photo, you're gonna share it. Okay. Let's see what
You
happens.
have to allow me to share it.
Right now, let's see. Let's see. All right, what I'll do, I'll make you the host and then you share it, okay?
All
Okay,
right.
do you want to change host? Yes. All right, so now go ahead on and try sharing it, sharing your screen.
It still won't allow me.
Well,
I'm logged in twice on the computer and my phone. The reason why I'm logged in twice is because my computer, for some reason, I have to troubleshoot the dialogue, the microphone, and I haven't had time to do that. So the
so,
one that I'm logged, the one that's sharing my screen is the one that doesn't have my picture.
okay, so let me go back now. Let me see if I can remove that from host. Let's see something. Let's see. Oh, you got me. Let's see some participants. What Jarrell. See, now I need to take this off of here, Jarrell. What happened here? Where are you at? See, now I can't. Somebody got feedback. Okay, let's see something. See, now I don't know how to stop. Let's see, let me stop this. Stop sharing. Okay. So, oh man, like you said, you might have to, okay. See, I don't know how to capture it back. Let's see.
Can I just do a Zoom call with you when you go to the
Well,
office hours? If that's
right, you
possible.
can, but I want you to go through these steps because there's gonna be some, I want to get this done because this is an assignment based on what we do here. It's gonna be an assignment that you're gonna have to do, and this is what you're gonna have to use to do it. So I'd rather you be in it now rather than me having to teach the class all over again. You understand?
All right.
So I saw a screen. Let's see something. Man, I'm gonna go. Let me see something. I don't know how to take that. Okay.
What
Who's
I'm gonna
this?
do is I'm
Okay,
gonna log
okay.
off my phone and then.
All right. No, hold up. Let me see something. No, they still didn't do it. Host disabled participant sharing. Screen share. Okay. So I did it. So what's the problem now? So I should be able to allow you to share it now. Or I should be able to take it back. Oh, this is what y'all see on y'all screens, everybody else.
Just all the users in the chat. To
Right.
me, it sounds like he has to give the host back to you. That's what it
And
sounds
see, that's what I'm saying. So you need to go in his phone and do that. Right. You need to go to your phone, Mr. Jarrell, and
Mm,
tap on your Zoom when your Zoom app is open, and you should get a bar at the bottom of the screen that should allow you to release the release it back to me. Wait.
I
Oh, let's see. I got it. Okay. I think I reclaimed the host. Okay. I had to go to the bottom. Is there someone new with me? So, let's see something. Now I need to get back where I was. All right. So, Mr. Jarrell, let me go to participants again, and I'm gonna share your computer screen as host. All right. Now, so now, share your screen, share your desktop. All right, look here, Mr. Jarrell, look. At the top where it say projects, see here where that orange dot or whatever yellow dot, click on that. Project, now you can type in a project name. CSCI 2153. You heard it? Mr. Jarrell.
Right here.
Yeah, like right on the projects and it says search for a project, type in a
Oh.
name. You gotta type it, yeah, type in a name. Yeah. Right, and then click create. Right, so now I'm gonna create your blank project. All right, so let me go back and recapture the screen. Let's see, go back to participants and let's see, reclaim. Okay, all right, so now that we got that, let's see, let me get out of this. Speak of you. All right, now I don't want this. I want to share my screen again. All right, I share that. All right, so now, so we have our, is this me? Yeah, okay. Is this me or who? Yeah, that's me. Right. Oh, is it me? Right. 2050. All right. So at this point, now you can create a project, create files or whatever. Well, but what you're going to be doing is working within a terminal. So what I want you to do is click new. Whoa. Is it new? Yeah, okay, it's creating a folder. So a new file. You want to create a new file, but you want it to create a terminal. You want a Linux terminal. All right. So you could give this a name. This is another project. I thought it was going to do it though. You want a Linux terminal. So now we have a Linux terminal. So everybody see that we created a Linux terminal called 2153. And this is where you're going to need to be to do all what you need to do. Okay. And whenever you log in, you're going to have projects where you can create a new project. You're going to have your welcome if it was created. And you're going to have whatever your CSCI project is, CSCI 2153. And then you can always upload files and do whatever. All right. Now, so this is where we want to be. This is where you're going to have to get to do the assignment. Assignment is not hard, but it's got Linux, how would I say, practices within it. All right. So now everybody got to this point. Anybody have not? Well, you have the $ prompt. Anybody? So everybody's caught up, correct? Oh, look, somebody just come in, I think. All right, so everybody's caught up. So let's go back to our notes. All right, so we go back here and we go to our notes. When we left off, we was talking about different system commands, etc. Let me move this out the way. Okay. All right. And we talked about the evolution of operating systems, different operating systems. And we somewhat talked about processes. And we couldn't really do a lot of these commands. You can do a PS, but it's not as if you was on your own terminal, own system, created system doing this, because we're not at super user. But we still can do some of these commands and see what they're doing. All right. Somewhat we talked about zombies and whatever. I think we ended on demons. All right. And it tells us demons are system-related background processes that are often runs with permissions of the root and services request from other processes, right? But it says a daemon has no controlling terminal. It cannot open the slash div tty. And this is folders, these are system folders that Linux have. And we're gonna look at some of those, some other system folders, where they have many others, but I'm gonna just list a few that we're gonna go over, all right? When I say a few, about 12 of them, we'll just look at them and just kind of briefly, say what they do, all right? All right, if you do a PS minus EF, all right, and look at the TTY field, all daemons will have a question mark for the TTY. So that's how you would determine if something is a daemon. It'll have a question mark at the end of it. So that's basically what the daemons are. Okay, to be precise, a daemon is a process that runs in the background, usually waiting for something to happen that is capable of working with. All right. So like in Windows, they don't call Windows and Linux have different terminology for different things. And like in Windows, you have certain things running in the background. Even sometimes when you load software, you have certain things running in the background so that when something is triggered, it automatically start executing that. But as long as you don't request it, you'll never see it. But as soon as you do something or request it, then you'll see, that, hey, well, where did this come from? I didn't know I had this, but it's a daemon that's just running. As long as it's not asked to do anything, it's just sitting there waiting. So it tells us a good example would be a printer daemon. All right, you can have when you have your printer icon has a Q. Not see the icon, but the printer software have queues, and these queues are just sitting there waiting. So as long as you have your printer set up, you have software running. As soon as you request to send a document, then all of a sudden that daemon is activated so that document can be sent to the printer. All right. So that's somewhat what daemons are, okay? Your top command is a very useful tool for quickly showing processes sorted in by various criteria, okay? It is an interactive diagnostic tool for updates, and I think we looked at the top command where it showed all the processes. If I go back to any one of these, I'll go to CSCI, but I want my terminal. Where's my terminal? Why did it take me out of my terminal? Why did it take me out of my terminal? Let's see something. Within the project, no, and I'll do that terminal. But I created a terminal. But I created a terminal already. Create a command. Okay, I know that. But where is it? It timed out. What's going on? I want to create a terminal. Why is this not working for me? Tell you what, I'll go here. I'll go here and I'll create a terminal. See what happens. All right. I don't know, maybe because I got too, I don't know. All right, so when we did top, all right, so see how it showed our processes, and remember as processes was being executed, they would actually flip and show you which one was on top at that time. So these are the names, all right? So here, network communications. We know in Windows we use ping to show data transfer. You could do the same thing with in the Linux environment. All right, so it tests your packets to see if everything is being passed, and what rate it is being passed. Now, being that we don't have enough permission Normally you can't do a ping on a system where you got limited privileges. Another network communication utilities, even in Windows, is FTP. FTP, it stands for File Transfer Protocol. What FTP does is FTP allows you to connect to a system or a piece, another server or PC, so that normally it's a server, so that you can transfer files from one location to another, or either upload. You can download or upload, depending on the on how complex your FTP software is. But FTP basically allows you to transfer. Back in the day when they had a lot of data, the internet wasn't like it was now. You had data storage areas or data storage centers, and what they did, the internet wasn't used to surf and look at documents per se. It was pretty much more as like that was back in the 80s, more or less to connect to a server, even though you had the web pages. But its primary purpose back then, especially with research, was to connect to a database, find the documents that you need, and download the documents. So FTP was kind of heavy at that time. And like I said, now we got a web pages where you can just go to a web page, click on the link, download, do whatever. But FTP is good even when you're maintaining a website. FTP becomes very important because many times when you have to upload something to your website, to that server of your website, FTP is the protocol that's used to do that. All right. And even download it so you can modify it, then upload it back. Telnet. Now, Telnet is not widely used, was not widely used with the Windows side, but on the Linux side, many times they use Telnet to connect into a system to, like I say, normally when I was working at Southern, students needed to gain access to our Linux server to do their like CPP, C++ assignments. So we had, so if they had internet at home, they were able to use a Telnet application to Telnet into the server, which we somewhat is doing here. When we have this, they would get let me see, let me control this, get out. They would get their $ prompt. They logged into their Telnet, allows you to log in to your login ID, and then you'll be able to use that system as if you were at that location. So that's what Telnet gives you when in Linux. It allows you to log into that system and then use that system as if you sitting at that computer. It normally, at one time, the Telnet took over the system and made your system as a dumb terminal. But as they developed the software, then it became more of a Windows-based system where you can still use your system as a Windows system and that terminal side. So like I said, over time it just evolved. But that's the general idea of Telnet. Finger is just a utility in Linux or Unix that allows you to see who all are actually logged in onto your computer, what all users are on your machine. Now we can't do it because, like I say, we're given certain privileges, but as an administrator, but then too we pretty much got our own little area, so we're the only one logged in. So but if you're on a system and you type the finger could give you a list of all the people that's logged in onto that system. All right. So those are some of the commands or whatnot that, or maybe system commands that we're gonna go over. But we went over. But now let's look at the next one. Okay, lesson 1. All right. So, what is Linux or Unix? Well, Linux and Unix, they're a little different. What is Unix? But they operate similar. Unix is an operating system, all right? Just like Windows, just like your Mac OS. It's an operating system, and we know what an operating system is, right? Software that what maintains the hardware of a device, right? Developed by Bell Laboratories of AT&T. So AT&T pretty much was the first one to develop the Unix system, and is an example of multitasking, multi-user, a multitasking and multi-using operating system. Most operating systems today will be multitasking and multi-users, unless it's just on a dedicated machine. Now you say, well, Mrs. Vessel, what you mean a dedicated machine? So let's take a we can do it, bro. So let's take a heart monitor in a hospital. That's all that machine does is monitor the heart, all right, for an individual patient. So that system does not have to be, we will have what, multiple users or multitasking. It had that one purpose, and that's what it performs, all right? And given that, that's all it's going to do. Anything else would take away, may take away from what? Its actual purpose and or process that it's supposed to be performing. But when you have other systems, even say, good example, cell phone, laptop, whatever, it's more or less multitasking and multi-users because you want to make it flexible so more people can use it, and a person who uses it can use multiple things to provide their needs. Okay, so the Unix system provides its users with program development tools, electronic communication facilities such as electronic email, text editor, and the text editor we're going to use for our project. Now, class, you can, in our assignment, you can write the code and do whatever and get by with not using what I asked you to do, you know, but that's on you. But I'm asking you to use the VI editor. The VI editor was an editor that was used, to me, back in the 80s, it was very complex. This editor, and you'll see it once we get to it, this editor was, you had to learn it to use it. You couldn't just say one day, okay, I'm gonna come in and okay, I'm gonna type in a program, and they tell you, okay, use the VI editor. You got to know the commands. You know, it ain't like, okay, I'm gonna use my arrow keys or I'm gonna use the shift key. No, it's a lot. I'm gonna insert something here. They had commands that were special commands used to do certain things, and you had to learn it. All right, and even text formatting. They had something where you could format text. Now, grant you had like the Word, Excel, well, say Word. Just say Word, where you can increase the font size, change the font style, whatever. But then on Linux systems, they had software where you had to put in the reveal code. If I wanted my font size, whatever, put in whatever. And on the screen, you didn't really see what it looked like until you basically printed it, okay? There's also many development tools available for as standard within Unix operating systems that other operating systems require as add-ons. So it's like many times, like you have other systems that say, okay, well, but now they done incorporated a lot of that. Oh, backup. Linux have pretty much most of that built in, you know, and certain other utilities. All that stuff is pretty much built in within it. You just, as an administrator, have to know the commands to use to activate them. All right, file management. Now, the file management for Linux, when working with Unix, you spend most of your time working with files, and pretty much that, as you saw when we did the here at the $ prompt, pretty much you're dealing with files, where a file is, what a file, type in the name of the file to execute, etc. As opposed to the nowadays Windows, you have nothing but what? Icons. Even though now Linux, even in Unix, is slowly going into that that icon phase. But you know, primarily they use commands and files. You have to know the actual files. All right. So in Unix, there are three basic types of file. Ordinary files. An ordinary file is a file on the system that contains data, text, or programming instructions. So in Windows, that would be what? Like a text file, correct? Just a basic file, a file that has data in it, all right? Nothing special about it. It's just plain text or something that you're using to do something with, all right? Now, directories. Now, we know that directories are similar to Windows as what? Folders. But back in the day, they were called directories. Nowadays, they call them folders. Directories store both special and ordinary files, okay? For users are familiar with Windows and Mac OS, Unix directories are equivalent to folders, all right? So, and then you have special files, okay? Some special files provide access to hardware such as hardware drivers, CD-ROM drives, modems, Ethernet adapters, other special file, and Ethernet adapters. Let's see, okay. Other special files are similar to aliases and shortcuts, and they enable you to access single files using a single file using different names. All right, so you do have special files also. Now, if you want to list, which I did and I showed you, if you wanted to list your files that's in your folder, your directory, all right, so say you're working with your files and you created a file in this particular project and you don't know what it is, you just do a ls. Now, oh, I'm in the wrong one. Let me log out of this right quick and log back into the other one if I can. Let's see, let me see account. Sign up. Now let me log back, sign in. They're gonna allow me to okay, let's say. Take. All right, so now I'll go to sample. Now look in sample. I have all these files here in sample. Now this is my terminal, all right? So if I click on this one, which I created as a terminal, and it's called my class. If I do ls, notice it lists my files, okay? But which is ls. Turn this thing on. Which is ls. Come on, you. Come on. All right. Okay, which is ls. Now, and there's other parameters with ls that you can use. You can do lsl, long. So now you can get all of the information about the file. So all of a sudden, here's my listing, just a simple listing of the files. Okay, a.out, files, header.h, my class.term. So all these are files. But then when I list them here, oh, I have a total of 13. Here are my rights, my privileges, user, group, and other. I'm not sure what these numbers here are. This is the owner. This is the byte size. This is the date and time created. And this is the actual file. Okay? So you can get a listing of your files. There's other commands you could use, ls minus, and normally, all right, this is in what? Alphabetical order. Minus R, well, I do a long, L, R, right? Long R, I'm just doing it in reverse. Now I got what? From S down to A. So it's different commands you have in Linux and Unix, but you have to learn the command. And most Unix users, they know them like, you know, it's almost like clockwork. like writing a C++ program. It's just a part of them. It's ingrained in them because that's how they work. Now, example, who could tell me what's the equivalent of the terminal window in Windows? What would be the equivalent?
Command prompt.
All right, in the command prompt. So if I type command or CMD, it's pretty much the way users used to operate the DOS system. You had to know, if I wanted to format a disk, I had to know the name of the command and the parameters that I had to place on it to format a particular disk. Because remember, sometimes you had disks that was high density, low density, or whatever. So you had to know exactly how to do your command. All right. Then if you formatted something, you wanted the operating system on that disk or the boot, you had to know that parameter. So in Windows, dir in a sense would be the equivalent to what? The ls command. All right. So dir list ls so see how even though you have different operating systems, they pretty much work the same. So if you understand the concept of one, man, it's unlimited as to what you can do, because you shouldn't be afraid. It's like, okay, I know how to do part of it in this one, so this one shouldn't be that hard. All right. And here, ls is showing you how listing all of the files in that particular, this is an example that would have been in that folder, all right? Just a plain listing. So, but ls minus L, now you're getting the directory name, the owner, the byte size, the date, and then the actual name of the file, all right? But now I want to show you something here. Look at this. When you see the file details here, which is their, this is their actual privileges. This D signifies that that's a folder. So UML is a folder. UNIV is a folder, a D, a directory. Everybody understand what I'm saying? That D signifies that it's a folder. If you just see a dash, it's a file. Could be a hidden file or whatever. So let's go back and look. So when we did the, I think I can increase the size. Yeah, okay. So I'll clear this. Not that big. Okay. So I'm gonna clear this. All right. So when I did a ls minus L, notice here, I only have what? One directory, okay? Which is here. Now you see RWX, RX, R space, R minus X. Now, you might say, well, that doesn't mean anything to me or whatever. Yes, it does. What happens is this area here, this is the access permissions for a user, group, and others. So like say after this dash here, RWX, that's the privileges for the user. The user has privileges of read, write, and execute. That's what those letters stand for. Read, write, and execute. But for the group, like say if you was in a class group, if somebody created logins and you was in a particular group, all of a sudden a person in your group will have read access, but no write access, but execute access. So a person in the group can execute your file, but they can't open it and view it or to write to it. You understand? Well, no, they can't read it. They can read it, which means they can look at it, but they can't edit it and write to it to save it, but they can't execute. And the same thing for other, and that'd be other users, and would be anybody outside. So they have read and execute. Now, I'll go over how this can be changed later on, because you as a user, you can change those privileges. And that's done by using the, when we did our our binary, 3-digit binary conversion. It'll be using that logic to actually set up those privileges. And I'll show you how that's done later on. All right. Now, so here it tells you, remember I told you I didn't know what the second column represented, but the first column is the file type, okay? And its permission, whether it's a directory or a folder, and all of their what? Permissions, user, group, and other. If you notice this for this one, this particular UML, it's a folder, and what? The user have read, write, execute. Group has read, write, execute, and the user, and others have read and execute. So what does that mean? In this UML folder, anybody in this group can what? Read from that folder, write to that folder, and execute anything in that folder. So that's all it simply means. All right. But anybody else, anybody other than the group or that user, they can only read and execute. All right. So the second column, which I didn't know, it was memory blocks. Okay. So that's what it was, the number of memory blocks taken by that particular file. Okay. But then you have the third column, which was what? The owner. And then the fourth column, which represents the owner of the group. So this person owns the file, the group, and all the files in that group, understandably. All right. Then the fifth column, is the size in bytes. Okay. The sixth column is the date and time, and the seventh column represents the actual name of the folder or files that is showing. All right. All right. So in the ls minus L, that's a minus and an L, ls space minus L, listing example. Every file line begins with a D or a dash, depending on what it is, all right? Or a L. These characters indicate the type of files that's listed, all right? So then it shows us some other options that we can use. Depending on our privileges we have, we'll be able to use these options. Minus B, because you use the minus, then you use B, minus C, minus D, minus L, minus P, minus S. So if I want to show all the directories, say minus D. If I go back to here, I'll do ls minus D. Oh, I did L. Clear. ls minus D, I put equal. Well, it didn't show. It showed the root directory. It should have showed me the minus D. Oh, that's the whole folder. It should have showed me that this directory is there. Yeah. But it should have showed me the directory. All right. Directory file that contains a list. Oh, now, so let me do this. It doesn't have any files, so therefore it didn't show any. So what I'll do a CP. CP in Linux is copy, or Unix is copy. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy the header.h file. Being that that files did not have any files contained in it, it did not list it. So I'll do a copy header.h into files slash all right. So now if I do a CD files and do a ls, okay, I have that file. So I'm gonna go back up a level. Now I'm using these commands similar to Windows. Okay. When I did a ls, first I did a CD. CD stands for change directory. Okay. So I'm at one level, and I have folders under this level. If I do CD and that folder name, it'll take me into that folder. Okay. So when I did CD files, and files is a directory, it put me into the files folder. Then I did a CP. Well, no, I changed directory back. I did a CD dot dot. CD dot dot takes me back up a level. So it took me out of the files folder and put me back into the my main folder or my root folder for me as a user. All right. So CD dot dot just keep taking you up a level till you can go back to the root. But even though you go back up and have access, you know, sometimes you don't have privileges to execute or to view files. All right. Now, so when I did CP said copy, and I'm in this particular folder, which is my root folder. I said CP, what I want to copy, header.h. Remember in Linux and Unix, and even the C++, which is developed with the Linux and Unix, it is case sensitive. If I would have put a capital H here, I would have gotten an error. Everybody understand that? I would have gotten the error. It is case sensitive. So CP header.h space, and where do I want to put it? I want to put it in my files folder / which means, okay, the file folder in that level, and then I want to give it a name header.h, meaning I'm going to give it the exact same name. Now, if I would have put a different name here, it would have copied it into a new name, okay? And it's just like the Windows system. Then I did a CD files, and then I did which put me in the files folder. Then I did a ls-l, and then which gave me the file. So now I'm gonna clear everything. And if I want to know where I am, what happened? All right. If I ever want to know where I am, what level I'm at, all I need to do is PWD. PWD is just like show me my path, all right? And it shows me that I'm at home/user, and user is my home directory, in my folder, So now if I do an ls-d, oh, they still didn't give it to me. Why? I don't know why this is not working. -l, oh, cd. Well, they should have given it to me. They should have given it, because I do have one file in it. So I don't know why that one's not working. No, but that's giving me the actual root folder. That's giving me the root folder. So my root folder is dot, see here? But it's not recognizing the other folder. I don't know why. That is the folder. And like I said, it could be some restrictions that they may have on the thing, but that's within my folder, so I should have those right. Let's see something. Right, I got read. Yep, I got read, write, execute permission. So that should have let me to read it. All right, so it showed us the home folder, but it then showed us the others. Now, even when you're doing a listing, there's something with the asterisk, which is the wildcard. All right, the asterisk is the wildcard. And if I do an ls, which means listing, ch asterisk dot, that means I want a listing of all files beginning with the letter C and H, no matter what comes after, up until the dot, and have an extension of .doc. Okay, so you can use those type things to try to find if you got a large listing of files in a folder and you want to try to filter them out. Okay, and so even you can use the question mark that'll match a single character. Now what happens there is all of a sudden here I can find files that are X number of characters long, starting after the H up until the period. But in this one will find list all files with CH followed by one character. All right, only that one character. That and it has the extension .doc. All right. So this one will have they can have a file that's 10 characters long from the one character or 5 characters, as opposed to this one saying, I want to find everything that's CH and whatever. And what? That limits us to what? All of the characters in the alphabet, all of the numbers in the number system, 0 to 9, and the underscore and maybe the dash, right? So that's the only kind of only files options you're gonna have for that one. All right. And the same thing works in the Windows, all right? Same thing. All right. Hidden files. So also there are hidden files and folders that control your user account and maybe even a system. And if I go back here and I'm gonna clear this, and if I do a ls-l, we see what? 13 files. Okay, clear that out. Then I do ls-la. Now I say I want to show all of my hidden files. All of a sudden now I have what? 93 files. So here, look, .bash history. So what? There's some type of audit trail going on. So it keeping track of the history of what I'm doing, what I'm typing, etc. Bash profile. What's my profile when they set up my account? What's my profile? So there's many different other files, and like I say, more or less hidden files that are there that you don't see. But if you do the ls-a, it'll show those hidden files. All right. So, man, it's 1 o'clock already. All right. The VI. Okay. So we'll talk about the VI, then we'll get to the assignment where we can kind of start. All right. Creating files. All right. With Linux and Unix, there's an editor called the VI editor. And I just want you to get exposed to it. I want you to be familiar with it. Because 9 times out of 10, if you're going to be working in that Unix or Linux environment, it may come a time where you just gonna have to use VI, for whatever reason. Now there are other editors, don't get me wrong, that works a whole lot better and whatnot. But I just want to introduce you to VI, because that's what was one of the groundwork when it kind of started, was an editor that was used. All right. So the VI editor. If you click on this link, I have a PDF file of most of the VI commands. Now, looking at this, I inserts at the cursor. So what? All of a sudden now, I can't just start typing in a document just because I edited it. Okay, I inserts inserts at the cursor. A inserts after the cursor. So now you're saying, well, what's the big deal? It's a very big deal if your cursor is, say for instance, you have something like int x equals 5 semicolon. You open that file, and then you want to say, no, not x is equal to 5, x is equal to 55. If the cursor is on the semicolon, and I press the letter A, then when I hit the number 5, it's going to put the 5 after the semicolon. But if the cursor is on the semicolon and I press the letter I, it's going to insert it at that point. So it's a big difference. All right. So so it's a lot of things that with this, the capital A inserts at the end of the line. Escape, it terminates the insert mode. So what? You're getting insert mode with an I, lowercase a, uppercase A. Now you got a U for undo, capital U, undo all changes of that entire line. Now, the thing you might say is, what's the big secret or deal with the escape key, terminating insert mode? The reason being is in the insert mode, you can what? Add data. If you try to say you wanted to delete a line and you're in the insert mode and you hit DD, DD will just be printed inside the document. Okay, so those are some of the things, and these are the commands. You know, you might not use them all to do what I asked you to do, but you'll be able to have these so that you can do your assignment. Now, so let's go to this, and let's say I'm gonna just clear this. Now, so say we wanted to create a file. Say we wanted to create a file. Yeah, I'll just, well, to create one. To create a new file, you just do VI and say I want to create a file called program one. So VI program one, if I want, or it could be a text file or whatever. I could say VI program one dot CPP. Say I want to create a CPP file. Hit enter. Look what I get. A open blank document. Now, what's in it? Nothing. How many lines? No lines. Okay, this is the first line. Can I start? I can't start typing. I think I hit the I first. So can I start typing? No. Until I hit I or A, nothing will happen because I'm not in the insert mode. When I hit I, all of a sudden, it should have said it at the bottom. It should have showed me insert mode. Now I could type something like //. Well, no, I wasn't in insert mode. Hit I. Okay, now, see at the bottom it say insert. This tells me that I'm in the insert mode. So I'll do // just is. All right, program. Now, if I hit enter now, this is just this editor. It's gonna give me the // by default. But okay, hit enter. Now, if I'm finished editing my document, all I do is hit escape. I have to hit escape to save it, to do whatever. Hit escape. Now I can use any of the other commands that I need to use. To save the file, all I do is hold on to shift and hit Z twice. So shift, give me the capital Z, and I hit it twice, ZZ. And notice, my file is saved. Let's see if it actually saved. I'll do an ls-l, and look here, program.cpp. Now, there's a command where I can see what's in program.cpp, and we'll learn that in our next lesson. It's called cat. Oh, if I could type. Cat can show me what's in a document. So if I say cat, or the first 10 lines, I think. If I say cat program 1.cpp, oh, did that right? No, not program one, my fault. Cat program.cpp, look what it did. It listed the contents of that document without me having to open it. I just say cat and show it to me. If I wanted to look at what in sample, I could say cat sample.cpp. Bam. So it showed me the contents of sample. All right. So everybody see that. The cat, that's the cat command. Now I'm gonna clear this. So VI, so if I want to open up or edit that file again that I was in, I have to do VI at the $ prompt. I thought I typed it in. VI program.cpp. Bam, it opens it back up. Okay. Now, notice what a cursor is. If I wanted to add something from the period on, I would type the I. If I wanted to add something after the period, I would type the letter A to append after the dot. So why this? If I do I, now I could just type, all right, and then I hit escape, all right. So now I'm at the dot. If I wanted to, and then I'm not in the insert mode. If I wanted to append after that, like another line, I hit the letter A, and it moved the cursor one over, and I can hit enter, and now I can do whatever I have to do. I could backspace something out, and I can type. Now, the way to move through the document, and I don't have enough lines, but you have the H, J, L, and H, J, K, and L. H moves to the left, L moves to the right, J moves downward, and K moves upward. But now, if you have the single arrow keys, up, down, left, right, you're all right. But back in the day, a lot of keyboards didn't have those extended keys. So you have to use the what? H, J, K, and L. All right? Anybody with any questions? Questions?
This is cool.
So now, what the assignment going to consist of? The assignment going to give you a little taste of uploading, downloading, and modifying a C++ file that is working, but you're going to modify it and change it to work a different way and submit it. Well, you're not submitting the file, you're going to submit screen captures. Let's read over the instructions, and then we'll come back to what we need to do. So you'll kind of have an idea of what I want. So if we go to modules. Okay, let's look at the assignment. Let's look at where it is. Oh, here we go. VI editor and C++ compiler. So if we look at this assignment, it says upload the given files, name.cpp. If you click on this, this is the file. All you need to do is right click and save that file to your computer, wherever you want on your computer. Everybody understand that? That's just like downloading the file, right? Everybody got that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you're going to download that file. Okay, let me go back. Then you're going to also, and I said upload here because you need to download these to get them from me so you can upload them into Calco, CoCal. All right. So names.txt. This is a data file that I got that I want you to download also. So first you're going to download it, do the save as, and then you download it. Okay. Now, do I need to? I'll just download this one just to make sure. I'll put it in downloads. All right, and save it. All right. So I have it in downloads. So now, then we go back. Right here. Then it says, okay, it says upload the given files. This one, you got to download it first. This one, you got to download it first and upload it to your Calco account. How you going to do that? In Calco, when I'm in here, well, first I need to get out of here. So I need to do what? Escape. Always do the escape just in case. Shift-ZZ. Now, when I go back to my project, when I go back here, all right, I can do, I'll do my files. I can do upload. See here? Click upload. Look, where is that? Namex, any one of these. The ones that I told you to upload, you upload them to that folder. Everybody got that? And they're going to show in this folder. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you're going to upload those two files, the name.cpp and the namex.txt, all right? And then, okay, then what you're going to do, it says, once uploaded, use the VI editor to modify the name.cpp file, all right, to look like the .cpp source code in the PDF file this, all right? So see, this is namex.txt. This is namex.pdf. So this PDF file, this is what it looked like. Everybody see that? And what I did, I just went ahead and put the instructions in here too, just in case somebody say, I'm gonna download this. So I got these instructions down here. If you done got this for, you got all the other stuff, but this is what you're gonna do afterward. Everybody could understand that, right? This is upload whatever, but then you're gonna follow these steps. So now, so if you have those two files, then what you're gonna do, you're gonna come here and you're gonna open up, you gotta always open up your terminal or either create a new terminal. Remember I did new and selected terminal, but as long as you can get to a terminal. So you go to the terminal and you do VI name, all right? dot CPP in the name or names. I think it's names dot CPP. Oh no, it's names. And now, if I make a mistake and open a file with a wrong name, to get out of it, I hit escape and do shift colon and do a Q, and I quit. And I quit out without saving the file name, okay? But then I'll do vi name dot CPP, and then here the file comes up. This file, if you look at this file, what it does, it clears the screen. This file open up a data file object, and then this file opens up the file name namex.txt, which is the file you got uploaded. Then this file create a variable called x, assign it to 0 because we have a while loop. Then it creates an array called names of 10 because I have 10 names in the data file. Then it reads in all the names in this little small while loop here, and then it writes out all the names using this for loop, okay? And then it closes out, all right? You wanna know if it runs? Let's see, okay? Let's see if it runs. So I hit escape, shift ZZ, and then to execute a C++ file in this environment, you do G, and I got the instructions, ++ space, the name of the file, name.cpp. Hit enter. If you get the $ prompt, that means it compiled with no errors. Does it mean your logic is correct? No. Remember, logical errors you can't get on there. You won't get an error message. Now, so it compiled correctly. Now we need to look at our output. This is what happens. Every time I compile a C++ file, whether it's name, whether it's another .cpp, it creates an a.out file in my folder. Whichever program I successfully compiled last, that a.out will have that result in it, all right? So now how do I get to that file? I have to do / to tell it, go into my folder and look for and execute a.out, okay? And I have that in the instructions, / a.out. Hit enter, look, reading names into array, printing out the array of names. A heading, and then look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it ends. So that's the program. Now, so how do I want the program to be? So if I do vi and nm.cpp, this is the file that I want you to convert it to. So all of a sudden now what? You're deleting stuff out, you're adding stuff in. Am I right? I want you to take that same file and modify it. Now, some of y'all might try to recreate it all together, but then you lose the the practice of deleting a whole line, inserting whatever and all that. So you don't get the full. I ain't gonna say the full gist of VI, but some of the feel of how VI can be frustrating until you learn how to use it. Because I grant you, if you're gonna work in a Unix or Linux environment, it's gonna be a time where you're gonna be caught up where you're gonna have to use VI. And if the more you know about it, the less likely you're gonna be frustrated with trying to learn it at that time. All right. So now let's run this program. So I'm gonna escape, shift ZZ, and then I'll do G ++ space nm.cpp. Run it. All of a sudden now I got a successful compile. So now my a.out is referencing this last compile. So I do a / a.out, and look, if you look at it, it starts right here. All it don't have a column heading. All it have is what? The 4 names. I mean the 10 names. All right. And if you look at it, vi nm.txt, CPP, This program don't have an array, right? So see, you're gonna have to make modifications. You're gonna have to delete the subscript off a name. You're gonna have to remove those whatever loops or whatever and stuff like that. So I want you to get the feel. Take the two files that I have, the data file and the names .cpp, and then create a new file, and then not create a new file, my fault. Take that names.cpp file, modify it to look like that file that you are looking at, which is this one, and then execute it. Get all the errors out. Cause watch, let me show you. Let's do this just to see what type error. So I'm in this file here, and what I'll do an X. X deletes. Come on, what you doing? And it lags because I don't have, they want me to buy $3, whatever. All right, so I took that off, hit that off, but now I need to hit, normally X, Shift ZZ. Now, one trick I could show you with VI, if you do the arrow up, it'll give you, I don't know, up until, I don't know if it's 30 or whatever, last commands that you typed in. So see, I'm not actually typing anything in, I'm just using my arrow up and my arrow down to get to the command that I typed in. You understand? So this is the command I want, G++, nm.cpp. I hit enter. See look what happened. It says what? In function int, error, expected, semicolon before string. So see how the errors, maybe not exactly the same, but are similar. So when we look at this part here, it says names was not declared in the scope. So let's go back in the program. VI, or I can hit arrow up till I get here. So now, when I do VI, it says names was not declared because what? Without this semicolon, this line just runs on into this one, which makes them both one line, correct? So string name is never recognized. So you see, and then it said what? Expected a semicolon before string. So we see up here, we do not an I, my fault, hit escape, arrow over, do an A, and put a semicolon, escape, Shift ZZ, and then we do the G++, and then we do the A dot out, because we got the $sign, and we got our results again. All right? So everybody feel, and I know but it's more like a technical thing. You know, downloading the files, going in the VI, going into the shell, which is the terminal, and then making those modifications, and then running it and looking in that environment. Because we've been in the DOS environment or Windows environment for a long time. Now we're in the Unix environment. And it's not exactly the same, but it's similar. You know, a lot of people get afraid, but it's similar. Once you start learning some of this stuff, you're gonna be like, well, man, Mr. Sylvester, I like this command thing because I can control what I want, when I want, just from a command line. I don't have to try to click to go to this and do this. I just type the command in, boom, and I'm finished. You know, and some people like it. You know, some people, they love it. But like I say, you can even start developing stuff in Linux and whatnot if you choose to. So anybody have any questions?
Is it
You could try downloading the files too if you want. We could do that before we go. But go ahead, ask your question though.
for beginners, for us, would it be fair to have like the cheat sheet, like a cheat sheet with the commands open the whole time, like
Yeah, but no, this is a take home. We started in class and you take it home and you do it.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I want you to learn it. I'm not testing you on it. I'm telling you to do it. Even if you get errors, whatever, do it. You got what I'm saying?
I'm tracking now.
Right, yeah. I'm not just saying, okay, this is a test. Hey, you either get it or you don't. No, I want you to do it. Hey, I gave you, where is that? Let's go back here. I gave you here. When we go back to modules, if we look in miscellaneous, I gave you what? VI commands.
Got you.
Yeah, you can even print that out if you want to.
Yes,
you
sir.
know, and you'll have that so you can follow along with what you need to do, right?
Yes, sir.
And like I say, you always could what? Google, you know, go to YouTube and look at some people doing examples of VI editing and whatnot and stuff like that. Don't have a problem. I want you to get it. I want you to accomplish it.
Yes, sir.
Right. So what? Y'all can download the files now and try uploading at least one to see if you get it. So, because what I'll do, I'll go here too. I know I have. I'm gonna rename my file in my download folder. Let me go to my download. So, which was this one? Okay. I'll rename this, and I'll call it NMMMM. All right. So that's the file I'm gonna download. So when I go back to my sample, so here, like I told you, I can go to this. Well, no, not here. Click on my file, my folder. When I click on my folder, look here. I can upload. Upload meaning what? I'm sending it to that server. I'm taking it from my computer and sending it to that server. Download, you're always grabbing it from there and putting it on yours. So once you download it from the website or from Canvas, now you need to upload it into this environment. So I'll click upload. I want to upload that new file. I'm going to go to downloads, and then I'll click on MMM, and I'll click open, and look. Well, it say drag and drop. No, I've done it already. It's done. It should be done. So look here. So I don't want to load it. Right. So it did load it. But if I go back to files, I could close this too. If I go back to files, if you notice what? NMMMM. It's there in a little no time. So it won't take you long to download it and put it there. But you got to do, follow the right process. If you're downloading something, you need to know what? Where you put it when you download it. When you upload it, you got to know where you download it to get it to put it in the right place here. So that's the only minor things that you got to worry about. But it shouldn't take long. But like I say, I know this is just a little different thing. And then at the same time, it's dealing with a data file. But hopefully everybody took 193 when we done dealt with data files. But you don't have to write the code, but you know that what? In order for my program to run, I have to have a data file comparable to what I'm trying to do, because I have to read in the data, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other question? Everybody was able to download successfully?
Yeah, I got mine on there.
Okay, all right. So once you get them on there, then you take that PDF file and modify that names file to match. And then compile it, make sure you get all the errors out, and then now, one thing I didn't say either, if you look at the assignment, and that's another thing with this screenshots. I told you it's 3 different screenshots I want you to do. I want you to screenshot your entire desktop. Well, yeah, when you do it, your entire desktop. So what that means? When you screenshot, I want all of this. Like say, everything up here, my project, whatever, all of this. So just capture the whole screen. And what I mean by that is you're gonna be normally in terminal. And when I do GCC, its names, NM. All right, and when I do the A.out, I'm gonna get this. All right, I might have something at the top, but I know wherever the $ start with the A.out, that's where your output should start from. And then you should capture that whole screen to show me the output. Then I told you to go to, where's the profile? I want you to go to, is it settings? No, log. I want you to go to the log activity. The log activity, I want you to screenshot your log activity. So your log activity gonna show me, when you went on, how long you was on, or whatever. So, people who trying to say, well, man, just give it to me and I'll just upload it and execute it on finish. Well, if it took you, less than a minute to do it, I know something is fishy, right?
Right.
You don't. First of all, you don't know VI. Then even just to work with VI to move it, it's gonna take longer than a minute. So I'm just doing it, for that purpose. So I want you to copy this screen, and then I think it was one other screen I wanted you to copy. Screenshot your directory. All right. So what that means is from here, when you do your files, I want you to screenshot these files. You shouldn't have that many because you just started. I created the header file, whatever, and all that. You don't have to worry about that. You're gonna have maybe a terminal. You're gonna have your text, your names x.txt. You're gonna have your names.cpp and your a.out. So all that should be on that one screen and capture the entire screen. So I'll be able to see that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then you just upload all those PDF or those JPEGs. I'm saying PDF. So it should be JPEG because I just left it as a JPEG to upload. So you upload those 3 and you're done. All right. Any questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do I have to have whatever we used in 194 to write C++ program?
No, listen.
'Cause-
You're not even right. You're not even.
No,
Oh, go ahead.
because it's when I save it, it's not saving it as a correct file. It wants to save it as the link.
Wait, say that
When I
again now.
open it- Yeah, see, like when you open it, you have yours set, and it has it like color coded. Mine's
Yeah.
not saving it as the CPP. It wants to save it as something else. So I'm asking, do I have to have something downloaded on my computer to open the file?
All right, let me ask you this. When you talking about the file you downloaded from here?
Yeah, I'm doing name.cpp.
All right. You don't copy this now.
Yeah.
What you did, you downloaded it, right?
Yeah.
You click on this, and then you right click and do a save as.
Yeah, I did that.
And it saved it.
Okay. But
Right?
you see how you have yours with like the purple plus?
Right.
Mine doesn't have any of that.
Okay.
So
Let
I'm
me
wondering, will that affect?
No.
Okay,
No,
so I
it
don't
should.
need any of that?
All
right.
It shouldn't affect, but it showed a listing of your files, right?
I haven't put it in the program yet.
But now you got to create your terminal. Remember?
Yeah, I did that.
You created a terminal. So
I just
you got
haven't uploaded the file yet to the terminal.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I just downloaded it to the computer.
Well, try to upload
I was just
one
wondering
of
because it was kind of strange.
No, and they probably can deal with some settings or whatnot.
Yeah,
that shouldn't matter.
I was just wondering if that would cause any problems.
It shouldn't, because if you got this shell, when you do the ls by whatever, and it shows you the actual file name whatever, that's what that file is, right? But try to upload your file right quick. Go to files, your file folder, and then do upload, and upload one of them.
All right, files. All right, it uploaded.
All right, now go to your terminal. Did you create a terminal yet?
Yeah, I have a terminal.
All right, click on that terminal, and like I say, normally that clears the screen. So a lot of times you want to clear it, you can do that, clear that screen. Then what I want you to do is type VI, and what you did the first one, names.cpp, or not names, NAME.cpp. Is it name or names? I forgot what I gave it. Name.cpp.
Yeah.
Right. So VI name.cpp and see what happened. Did it come up?
Yeah, it came up. Okay. All right.
All right.
I was just wondering.
Right. Now, is it color coded? Here.
Yeah, it's color coded.
Right, because you're in that at C++, whatever. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Okay, so you straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're straight. Anybody else? All right. So like I say, just take your time, and like I say, do it in a fashion to where you're learning it. Because I give you all week to do it. Don't wait till what, Sunday night to try to do it, because some of the stuff gonna leave you. You know, try to, and even got to do a little at a time. Okay, I'm gonna download them today. Tomorrow, I'm gonna open them up. I'm gonna look at VI, whatever. And the next day, I'll open whatever. And you're doing a little at a time. Or you could try to do it all, but don't wait. Don't let so many days lapse in between the class time and the time you try to go at it. Because now all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, what did he say? I think he said this, maybe this. And then, and you know, in computer science, one little bit of turn can cause a whole lot of confusion. You know, and you're like, man, just by me miss, even with that what, ./a.out, you missed that dot. Man, Mr. Professor, I'm trying to compile my program, it didn't want to work. I'm looking at it, I got frustrated. Because what? That simple dot. And then you know, so it's like, just take your time. And like I say, it's not hard. You know, just take your time and work with it. You'll be straight. And you might learn that, well, man, when I do my C++ program, I'm going to go to this. You know, I'm gonna do my programs in this rather than try to, hog your system with Visual Studio and trying to do all kind of stuff. Hey, I know what my file name is. I know whatever. I do this, boom, I'm finished. So what I'm saying is just up to you as an individual. Because that's the same way we code in 194. You know, the same stuff. And notice the program runs a whole lot faster than when you're running it, trying to run it through Visual. You got to get this screen. You got to click on this. You got to make sure this. Oh, I didn't open it right. You have none of that. But that's why if you look at the program, I'll do name.cpp. That's why I tell my students, when you create a Visual Studio file for me, don't have all those arguments in the main file when you create it, because it makes it dependent on Visual Studio. If you just create it to where, you know, it's a blank file, you can run it on any platform. But all those arguments in here, when you're doing it in Visual Studio, you couldn't copy that program and run it on here. You'd have to delete this and run it, then run it. So I work on my assignment, like I say, little by little, or try. It's not long. You might can do it in just today, but I want to give some people who may be timid about going at it a little time to do it. And then what I might do, I might post another little one that you can do to kind of give you a little feel at it. Might make it a bonus, you know, to give you a little incentive. Like, you got to do this one first, and then you do the other one, you get bonus. Just to give you a little incentive to want to go at it. Because I know a lot of times students like, well, teacher say I ain't to do it, I ain't going to do it, you know, so, right? So, all right, then. I'll see y'all on next class then. Everybody sign the roll, huh?
Yeah.
All right, then. All right.
Bye.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right.